Welcome to a very nice surprise package that I got from Lock Noob. Maybe you remember Lock Noob's latest invention, which is an in-ring tensioning tool for tubular locks and the takeover by Sparrows. So now Sparrows are making these special tensioning tools for tubular locks, and Lock Noob was so kind to send me one of these examples. So that's the tool that is now made by Sparrows with a longer arm to tension the tubular lock in the inside of the outer ring. And along with this very nice tool, he sent chocolate. Thank you very much for this. And a lock to test this tension tool. So I've not yet tried to pick this open. Let's do this together. It's a disc brake lock. Oops, here we go. For motorbikes. Is there anything interesting here on the back? No, we can't see it because there's this sticker. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. So here are the keys, and with tubular locks there are some that are tensioned on the inner ring, but this one is tensioned in this groove on the outer ring. So you need to tension something that is hidden behind this outer part, and this is a little bit difficult if you don't have specialized tools, but now we have specialized tools. In the middle you can see a metal ball. I think this is for drill protection. Okay, let's operate it with a key. On the key you see this little nose here that does the tensioning, of course, and it works very, very smoothly. Oh, it has even a hologram. Cool. All right. So let's try this new tool. Doesn't want to come out. I think I can convince it. So here we go. All right, you have to insert it with a longer leg to tension this something inside here, and the shorter leg is on the inner ring. Let's see if I can do this. It's a bit tricky. I think, whoops, it's awkward to hold in the hand. Alright, you see the lock clamped in a vise now because it was too cumbersome for me to hold the lock in the same hand where I tensioned it. And I think it's also not too far away from the actual real-world situation where this lock is firmly mounted on a disc brake of a motorbike, and so it's more like having it in a vise than holding it free in the hand. So let's go to picking. And by the way, I think the dimensions of this tensioning tool could be adapted a little bit to meet the dimensions of the lock a bit better, because I think the distance between the two end pieces here is too small for this lock. As you see, when I put it in, it barely covers the circle. So I think it would be a little bit more stable tensioning the lock if this distance was wider. And also this little peak here could be a little longer. Yeah, maybe another improvement idea, if you had a little cutout here for the Bulgarian that sits on top of it, which is not flush, so then it would be the perfect tool, at least for this specific lock. But now let's go to picking. I can see it tilts, so I have to work against this. Okay, one click, one little turn on the plug. we got one little turn, but it's not yet open, so we have to pick it another time. But there is one pin less to pick because one of these pins is now in the top position, which doesn't have a driver pin or counterpart. So let's see. This lock really gives good feedback, so it's not too difficult with respect to what you feel when you pick the pins. But with tensioning, it's still a little tricky. A little bit tricky. Oh, you can't see that here. Sorry. To block your view. It's even hard for me to see. I lost it. So let's try again. That was the first binder. That was the first binder. I hope you saw the little turn on the plug. And here we go, it's open. Yeah, not that difficult if you get used to the feeling of these pins, and you don't have to apply too much tension on this lock because it binds really easy. So, yeah, Lock Noob, thank you very much for this wonderful tensioning device. It works pretty well, but I think for this specific lock, the dimensions could be a little bit different to meet the exact dimensions of the lock. But other than that, this is really a wonderful material. It's quite stable. It's really sturdy. It's just a wonderful material, and it actually works pretty well. Yeah, Lock Noob, thanks again for this great present, and everybody else, thank you very much for watching. Happy picking, and bye bye.